Alright guys, today we're going to do a carburetor on a Toro recycler smart 22-inch smart stow. It's got a Briggs and Stratton 7.25 163cc motor on it. Has some kind of issue with the gas cap. It's missing a rubber seal that helps hold it down tight. So we'll see what we can do about that. See if I got a spare one. If not, I might make a rubber seal for it. First thing we're going to go ahead and do is pop this air filter off. That's going to need to be replaced. That's in bad shape. Then we got two 8mm and two 7mm bolts that we have to take out. When you pull this off, you'll see this hooks in this tube. It just pulls right out. No big deal. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. You don't have to. You can fight with these linkages up here, but it's way easier if you pull these two screws out. They're full of water, but you see it in there. It's a Torque 25 T25 star screwdrivers. Take those two out. Looks like this. Them out. To get this out, you'll see that it's a clip. There you go. It's a clip that goes in that hole right there. So you really just got to get it to come backwards. I actually hit it with the palm of my hand a couple times, and it popped right up. Get this up out of the way. Alright, now you can get to all this much easier. So we're going to go ahead and take off this fuel line. Just going to use pliers and squeeze the clamp up it. You twist the fuel line a couple times with the pliers and then it'll pull right off. Alright, so I'm draining all the gas out. As you can see, it's mostly water. The gas is starting to come out now. There we go. So that was this guy's problem, is water in his tank from that gas cap not sitting on there. We're making a couple of rubber O-rings to go on there out of an old inner tube because we don't have a new one of those. So we're going to drain this all out. Okay, so this is just firmly pressed in. You're going to turn it this way to get this choke unclipped. It's easier with two hands. And then this one, we go this way. Now, when you drain this out, you'll see that there's going to be more water in it from where this guy had this whole thing full of water. If it drains out, oh, there's not a drop of anything in there. Oh, there's some. See those beads of water? There you go. It's all those little beads that you're seeing right in here, that's all water. This thing had water in it. So, alright, two 7mm bolts. Take them out. All the water just beading down through there. That's what his issue was. Alright, so the bowl's off. To get this bowl off, I'm sorry, I was getting my ear talked off by the Robert, but I use a flathead screwdriver when it's sitting here, and you kind of work it in there and you pop it off, you know, just pry it off. Same with what we got going on here. This part right here, you're going to get the screwdriver out kind of underneath it and then pop it out. Just like that. Don't grab it with pliers because you'll squish this and then this leaks around the ball bearing. And if it leaks around the ball bearing, you're kind of screwed at that point. It's the same deal with this. Just get your screwdriver underneath there and you pry it. You gotta have two hands to do it though. So under the metal, if it's sticking out this side or this side, you can also shove it around, you know, if it needs more space or less space, or it all moves around, whatever. See? Just leave the needle valve right on the end of it. No big deal. Alright, so this is going to be the main part of it right here. So let me get this stuff out of the way. This right here. This is your main jet. You see, this isn't clogged. This was clogged with water. Water sits, you know, at the bottom. So down above that was water, and then the rest was gas above it, where you couldn't even get any gas. I use an acid. It's 14 karat testing acid. It's got the green top. I've tried all the other different kinds. Some of them melt the brass, some of them melt the aluminum in the carburetors, some of them don't do anything. Alright, so make sure you wear protective gloves, protective glasses. If you get this on your skin, rinse it with water immediately, you'll be fine. If you don't, it'll start burning. If you get this in your eyes, rinse it with water immediately. Consult your physician if you got to. I mean, this is caustic, it can blind you, but right away, don't freak out, stay calm, get it out of your eyes. But always wear safety goggles. That. Just be safe. Alright. I'm going to put 1 or 2 drops. There's 1 drop. I'm going to let it to simmer there. See, it's already making the brass look nice and clean. I'm going to do just that 1 drop. I'm going to slowly, gently rinse it out with car cleaner. Blow it off, let it dry. That way it's not diluted when I put the 2nd drop in there. A couple drops that time in there. Let it just sit there and simmer. And clean it right up. And make it look like brand new. And you got 1 in the bottom here as well. And go ahead and put a drop in that. Instantly you see it cleaning up. Then we're going to rinse this out with a can of carb cleaner with a straw, very gently at first to get the acid out of there. If you squirt it hard at first, you can make that acid shoot out of there and right into your face, and you don't want that to happen. Alright, then we're going to take it after we get it rinsed out decently. We're going to use some serious pressure in it, but I'm going to need both my hands to do that. Now as you can see, that brass looks brand new. Very nice and clean. Then we're going to take the rest of this and rinse it out. We're going to rinse this out really good. Make sure that it flows through here nicely. And then rinse the needle valve off really good. And the float, make sure all the dirt and everything's out of there. Just rinse it all out really well. Alright. And we're going to get this needle valve down in to the hole that it goes in, like so. And then, oh, don't knock it over. It's all lined up. Shoot, I think I messed up. I think I kicked it out. Now make sure the needle valve is down in there, and then you press down until you hear it click on both sides. And when you look at it, it's going to be level. So then you can blow through this. You can put a little hose on it, or you just use your mouth and blow on it. It's clean after you've cleaned it up. And it shouldn't let anything through until you pick up on this, and then it should let it through. Nothing goes through, something goes through. That's how you know the float's working. so the float's fine. Now we're going to put this piece back in. You always have the main jet pointing towards this orange seal. Before you put it in, look inside. There's a little plastic piece. Turn the flashlight on. A little plastic piece in there. Oh, this one's black. Sometimes they're white. But see how the hole gets smaller and that little plastic piece is in there behind the butterfly, behind this, that center, there's a little plastic piece. This will actually hold that in. So you got to make sure that's in there. Sometimes they fall out. I don't think you have to worry about it on this engine because it's got the choke on it and that keeps it from falling out. But you push this down until it clicks into place. There it goes. It's all the way down in that way. Then we're going to go with the bowl. This hole has to be over top of that, so it'll only fit one way. It won't go on the other way. If you try putting it on the other way, it won't go on. So you get it in there nice and tight. And then 2 7mm screws. So we have 2 different styles. Where are they? Did I not put all the screws down in here? Oh yeah. All right, I'll take them off here. So you got 2 different style screws. You got the long ones and the short ones. See the difference? Long ones and short ones. The long ones are what hold the bowl on. So make sure you use the long 7mm to hold the bowl on. Get them both started and tighten them down. On this side we got the bowl on. This side you see there's a white ring. Sometimes this pops out when you're taking it off the engine. I'm going to pop it out so you can see how that goes back together. If it's out, you're going to see usually it'll be stuck on the engine still. And you got it, it'll be like that on there. You got to pull this off. It's got to go on the carburetor to make a good seal. Without that, your engine will surge. You'll have loss of power. So you put the O-ring in first. Sorry, I'm trying to watch and do it at the same time. And then this white clip will go on top, and it'll push right down in like that. That's all there is to that. It's simple. We're going to start with the throttle arm. We're putting it back on. We're going to go into the hole and then twist it. And then we're going to go for the choke arm. And this one, it's going to take both my hands. But I'll get it started and show you. I'm going to poke it through, and then you can twist it this way. And now it's in perfectly. Make sure this tube is above the throttle arm. And line up the back. And there's a little pin here that goes down the slot. Make sure that's in place. And just push it all the way back. Now we've already cleaned and dried this gas tank. Oh, the gas cap is now working properly. We had to make our own O-ring out of a tire. So if your gas cap's not staying on, that's what the problem is it's missing that seal and it's not staying on. So we just didn't have another gas cap, so it's what you have to do. All right, so now we're going to go ahead, take the fuel line. We've already cleaned the tank, dried it all out, made sure everything is perfect. Put this fuel line back on, and then with your clip, make sure you put your clip back on. No problem. Well, that's in place now. Then we're going to go ahead and put our air filter assembly on. So you've got 2 7mm. They're going to go on each side because it's coarse screws. They're going to go in the plastic. The metal is going to be the 8mm. So we're going to put this up, and then we're going to start with I guess we'll start with the metal ones. The 8 no, we'll start with the 7 because I already got that on my socket from doing the bowl. So 7 millimeters. I'll go ahead and put them in right there, and right there. And then right here is the 8 millimeter. Get them all started. No, Robert, it's not 80 bucks. Freaking employees. All right. It's quoting stuff and we don't even have it done. I'm working on this right now. If it was just a carburetor, it'd be $80, but he wants a tune-up too. So it's 100 bucks. All right.
No, he's still working on it right now, so I have no idea what's going to do.
Hold on. All started. You tighten them all down. Sorry, I got to deal with Robert. He's the one that doesn't shut up. That one. All right, all that's tightened down. Get a new air filter. How about air filter, carburetor, any of the parts you'll need will all be in the description below. What the heck? Oh, there we go. They're super cheap on Amazon. Everything you'll need will be down there. The acid that I use will be down there. Cover on. And then this cover. Gotta get lined up where this thing will click into place. There we go. And tighten it down, T25, T25. And that's it. It's all ready to go. Should fire up first or second pull. I have to do a tune-up on this, so I won't be able to fire it up until I'm done doing the oil change and everything else. But I guarantee it'll run. I've done a billion of these lawnmowers, and they work every time. Alright guys, if this helped you out in any way, shape, or form, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. All the parts will be in the description below. If you want to do some advertising with my channel, message me. I need a sponsor. Today's t-shirt will be in the description below. Peace.